So when it comes to making money and building wealth, I think we can all agree the three most common ways outside of your job is obviously starting a business, real estate, and stocks. I've done all three, and me personally, the best way for me by far is a business. And the reason why I say that is because having a business allows you to accelerate your income exponentially compared to real estate and stocks. And this is why I decided on this video, on the topic of this video, which is, the stock market won't make you rich. And going forward throughout this video, I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in the stock market, especially if you're someone that works a 9-to-5 job and that's something that you plan on doing for the next 20, 30, 40 years. You should do that because you don't want to rely just on your social security income, right? That should supplement your income. So if you're someone that's just going to work for the next 20, 30, 40 years, then you want to make sure you're investing in things like ETF, S&P 500. So by the time you're retired, you can have a nice little nest egg for you to live off of. However, if you're someone that wants to enjoy, you don't want to have to wait until your 60s and 70s to enjoy your wealth, then obviously that's just not a great option. And this is why I talk about stock market won't make you rich, and you see this all over the place, like especially on YouTube, right? So many people are talking about how much you can get rich in making money. You can make money off the stocks, doing option trading. You can do all types of things, and I'm guilty of it myself because even when I was trying to figure out like topics for my channel, I even was like, all right, how can I because obviously my goal is it's like kind of a personal finance channel. I want to help people make money and stuff like that. Take back control of their finance. And I was like, all right, this could be a good avenue to go through. So obviously I did my learnings. I read a lot of books. Like some of the books I read was like like how to make money in stocks, which is a good book. Like you learn a lot about stocks and it teaches you how to make money in stocks. Also, I got Beginner's Guide to Stock Market. You got options trading. Let me see. You got covered calls. Let me see. I got how to day trade for a living. And then I also got A Random Walk Down Wall Street. Right. These are pretty good books, and I wanted to make sure at least I educate myself before I obviously share this with people on YouTube. And I remember I've gone through it, and I was like, all right, let me go through the process of trying to make money on stocks. And then I also did the options trading. And I'm looking at other content creators, and they're saying, oh, you can make, how to make money doing stocks and how to make money with trading. And it's so weird because you watch these people on there, and they're talking about buy this stock now, buy this stock. And I'm like, yo, wait, why? Okay, you're buying stocks every day. Is it that easy just buying stocks? And as I'm going through it, and I even tried options trading, and of course, if you're not to say that you can't make money doing these things, but it's rare. It's very few that actually make money doing these things, right? You got to be very dedicated to this, and it's not just something you learn overnight. It's a process that you have to learn, for years. And it's not that I'm not cool. I'm not cool with not going through the process. I'm always cool with going through the process and working hard to learn what I want to do. But it got to a point where it's like, man, can people really make money? Is this the way you really people make money? And it's just weird when I look at other YouTubers doing it, other content creators do this. This is not the way they're making their money. Like the majority of the way they're making money is obviously through YouTube, right? That's where the income is coming in. They're able to grow their following and make money on YouTube and grow their income that way, not through options trading and stuff like that. And no shade on that. That's how you're gonna make money. Obviously, we're content creators. We want to make money. But for me, it was just I didn't feel comfortable teaching people how to make money with stocks. In reality, that's probably not the best way to go, right? For me personally, it's always been business, right? Understanding business, starting a business, and that's the best way to grow your income. And not that it's easy, but that's the best way you can do it outside of stocks and outside of making money with stocks. And so it wasn't until. And I always knew this. I always said that with stock. Like I said, the best way, if you want to make money, start a business. If you want to build wealth, get into real estate. If you want to focus on your retirement, invest in stocks. Like I said, ETFs. That's the best. That's the way I looked at it. And it wasn't until I read two other books, right? These two books, Millionaire Fastlane and Unscripted. And even though some of the stuff they talk about in here, I was I kind of knew, but the way he breaks it down is just it makes sense. And he talks about how stock market is not how you get rich. I know a lot of people are trying to get rich with the stock market, and they look at other rich people and they think that's how rich people make money in the stock market, when that's not really the case. So I'll break it down like this. A lot of rich people do this, right? This is what they do. And that's not to say that everybody does this, but if you see all the people that make a lot of money, that are financially free, make so much money, this is how they do it. What they'll do is they'll start a business. Okay, maybe it takes 2-3 years. They're making revenue, making profit, and then eventually they sell that business, whether it's for 10, 20, 30, 40 million, whatever it is, 100 million, whatever that number is. And then what they'll do is, obviously, when they get that money, they sell it. They're financially free. They're done. Like they've got out the rat race. They've won in life. They've made their money. But what they do is they take, let's say, $10 million. They take that money, and of course they put it into assets. But not just any asset. What they'll do is they'll put it into like a high yield savings account, right? Let's just one example. Let's just give you like 4 or 5%, or maybe a treasury bond that's probably giving you 3, 4, 5%, or maybe you put it into a stock where you're getting a high dividend yield, right? That's giving you 3, 4, 5%. And if you put like $10 million in a tool like a high yield savings account that's giving you 4 or 5%, that's $40,000 to $50,000 you're making per month. Right, without touching the principal. And then I'm pretty sure if I told you that I could give you $40,000-$50,000 a month, you'll be set. You can live off of that much as long as you manage your money properly. But that's what they're doing, right? You create a business, you sell the business, and then you put that money into investment vehicles that's going to give you safe returns, and it's also liquid cash. And if, of course, you want to dabble in the stocks and you want to dabble in other businesses and stuff like that, you can do that. But when you put that much money into the stock market, you're putting into an investment vehicle that's going to give you 3, 4, 5%, you're set. And that's what a lot of people are doing. And this is not to say that, start a business so you can then sell it for millions, right? I mean, maybe you do that, maybe you don't. The goal is financial freedom. Even if you start a business, right? The goal is the financial freedom to get out the rat race. Whether you're making millions of dollars, whether you're making tens of thousands of dollars a month, the goal is to obviously get to a point where your business is replacing your income at your job. And then you no longer have to work that 9-to-5 job anymore, right? You're financially free. And the goal is to just make sure that you've created a business that you can generate $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month. And then obviously as you're making money, and if you want to grow that money long term, then you want to obviously put it into investment vehicles, whether it's a high yield savings account, maybe you want to dabble in stocks, maybe you want to dabble in real estate, right? You want to put it in assets that's going to generate you income, okay? But the fact that some people think that being in the stock market is what's going to get you rich, that's not how people get rich, unless you obviously hit Amazon and Nvidia. But most people aren't going to do that. And I know a lot of people doing the options trading, but most people aren't getting rich off the options trading either. People are starting businesses and making money that way, and then putting their money into these vehicles that's going to get them like interest, like a 3, 4, 5% return, and they don't even have to touch the principal. And that's the goal that you want to. That's the goal you want to achieve. You want to get to that point where you can put it into these assets that's going to generate you income, where eventually you don't have to worry about working a job for the rest of your life. And it's just so funny because as I read that book and it just made it so clear, I was just like, all right, that makes sense. So obviously the focus should always be to focus on income, okay? And of course, like I said, this message isn't for someone that just wants to work their regular job for the rest of their life, because obviously that's a slow way to build wealth. It takes too long. You have to wait till your 60s and 70s to actually enjoy your wealth. The message is for people that actually want to start a business and make money and enjoy that in their youth. And like I said, I'm not there yet, right? My goal is I'm working on that every day. And I'm just sharing this information with you for those that are interested in and that probably didn't know this. And this is why I read these books, because there's so much information in reading books. And if you're someone that's trying to build wealth and you wanna free yourself from the rat race, then I would suggest obviously also read books. There's just so much information and knowledge in it that you should be doing that. And I constantly read books, especially when in regards to making money and it comes to finance. And it's just funny that you read some of these books and they tell you the whole, when it comes to making money, all right, invest in stocks and do this, invest in real estate. And not that these are bad advice, but if you're someone that wants to straightforward, all right, how do you make money? Go make a business. Start a business is the best way. Don't be someone that's trying to invest in stock markets, trying to get rich off the stock market, because obviously when you're investing in stocks, unless you're getting, you probably see your wealth building, but you can't make any money unless you take it out, unless you sell it, and then obviously you're gonna pay tax. And not only that, but if you're someone that's investing in options, trading stocks, unless you have millions of dollars invested into that stock, you're not going to get a good income. You're not going to generate a good enough income to retire you from your 9-to-5 job. It's just not going to happen. And most people don't have millions of dollars where you can just put into the stock market and then retire off the dividends. right? Most people are just trying to say, oh, hopefully I can get an Amazon, I can hit on an Nvidia, and then I can retire. More than likely, that's not going to happen, right? The best way to do it is through a business. Generate income through that business, because you can control how much income you generate from that business. At your job, you can't do that. You're gonna wait for a 3% raise, 4% raise, whatever it is, and then that's it. Like, that's not enough. That's not enough way. That's not enough to gain you financial freedom. The best way to do that is through a business, and create a business where you can control how much your income, how much money you can make in terms of income. And then if you think you need to make more money, whatever that business is, then you can find ways to generate more income based on what business that you're working. So those are my thoughts. It's just interesting to see how that, and it's so interesting and fun to just constantly learn about ways to make money. Because I've tried many ways to make money, and obviously for a lot of people it's complicated, because like, all right, how do I do it, and which avenue do I go? And the way you learn that for a lot of people is that through trial and error. You try different businesses, you fail at different businesses, and you say, okay, all right, and eventually you put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then eventually something clicks. And although I'm not there yet, I know that I eventually will get there, because I'm working towards it. I'm constantly educating myself. I'm constantly learning, and things are coming together piece by piece. When that will happen, I mean, no one knows, but all you can do is continue to try, right? Increase your opportunity to get to the point where you get lucky, as you say, right? And start generating the income that you're looking for. So those are my thoughts. Interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe. All right, so guys, take care, have a good one. Later.